Hi lovelies, you're welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, you're welcome. My name is Otsi. I create content on sewing tutorials and headwear. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. If you find my tutorial helpful at the end of the video, please consider to join the family by subscribing to my channel and also click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. In today's video, I will be showing you guys on how to recreate this style. It is absolutely easy to make. On the screen, I have 4 beautiful models wearing the same style but different fabric. You can use any fabric of your choice. The first model by my left hand side used organdy with ashoke, while the second used a scuba net. The third model used a brocade fabric, and the fourth model used organdy and ashoke as well. This is my own version of the style that I recreated. I use scuba net to recreate this style. I use 6 yards of scuba net. You can use any fabric of your choice. You can even use African print. So if this is what you would love to learn how to make, please sit back, relax and enjoy the tutorial. As you can see, I also decide to enhance the look by adding trimmings to the neckline. The trimmings is absolutely optional. So without further ado, let's move right to the tutorial. This is how the scuba net looks like, the fabric that I used. This is how it looks like, and the trimmings that I used. I actually bought 2 different trimmings, as you can see, but I ended up using the long one. This is the fabric that I use to recreate mine. It is called scuba net and it is sold for 2,000 naira per yard, and I bought 6 yards. Out of the 6 yards of scuba net that I bought, I cut out almost 4 yards of fabric for the bodies, because the style has bodies and a cape. So I cut out almost 4 yards of the fabric for the bodies and I folded it into 4. So the neck width, I measured 4 inches for the neck width. Then for the neck depth, I measured 1.5 inches and I connect the necklines. From the center back to the sleeve, I measured 23 inches. For the sleeve opening, I measured 12 inches. The same 23 inches I have on the shoulder, I impute it at the sleeve opening, then I connect that into a straight line. Shoulder to my hip line is 25 inches. At that point, I impute my hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 6 inches. The same measurement that I have on my hip line, I impute it straight to the hem. Then I connect the lines into a straight line. After that, I curve the armhole of the sleeve. I curve it. That's about it for drafting of the bodies. Next is to cut it out. Please note, I only draft the back neckline first. After cutting the bodies, I will spread it out to cut the front neckline. After cutting, you will spread the bodies on the table to draft and cut the front neckline. It was at this point that I realized that the 6 yards that I bought won't be enough for this style, because initially I didn't want the style to have a shoulder seam. I actually wanted to copy the Mercy Ayegbe's own, because when I zoom a picture very well, I realized that it doesn't have a shoulder seam, and I really wanted it to be like that. So after checking the leftover fabric that I have, I realized that it won't be enough for the cape if I want to opt for the style without a shoulder seam. But if I add a shoulder seam to the style, the 6 years will be enough. So what I did, I decided to fold the fabric back into 4 to slant the shoulder. In that way, I'll be able to have the bodies split into 2, the front and the back bodies. That's the only way 6 years will be enough. So I decided to fold it back into 4. Then I slant the shoulder. This is me making sure that everything aligns together. Then I slant the shoulder to split the body into 2, front and back. Because of the 6 years of fabric that I bought won't be enough if I don't want it to have a shoulder seam. I hope you guys understand. So if you want to have this style, if you want to sew it without a shoulder seam, please make sure you buy 8 years. If you buy 6 years of fabric, you would definitely have a shoulder seam. So this is me. I've slanted it into 2. I have for the front and the back bodies. So what I would do next is to split the 2 yards that I have left. I'm going to fold it into 2 and split it into 2. That is the only way it will be enough for the cape. This is me folding the 2 yards that I have left on the table. Then I'm going to split it into 2. After splitting it into 2, one will be for the front, one will be for the back. Then I'm going to fold it again into 2. Then I will place the back bodies on it as if I want to cut facing. I place the back bodies on it. Then I cut out the neckline and the shoulder with the length of the bodies. I use 64 inches for the length of the bodies. This is for the front bodies. So I'm going to fold it into 2 and mark the midpoint of the fabric. Mark it. This is me checking for the right and the wrong side of the fabric. Please make sure that the wrong side is facing up. Let the right side face the table. Fold the bodies into 2 and also mark the midpoints. Place the bodies for the front neckline. Place it on the cape. Make sure that the right side of the bodies for the front is facing up. The right side of the bodies is facing up. Then pin together. Move to one side of the neckline. On my left, I'm going to measure neck depth 7 inches. I'll connect that to the neck width. Then from that 7 inches I will curve to the next neck width, like so. Then I will cut it out. Also trace the shoulder slant as well. So the next thing to do, I'm going to join the bodies together, the front and the back bodies. I'll join them together at the shoulder separately. Then the cape, I will join the front and the back cape together at the shoulder separately as well. After joining it together, I'll show us the next step to take. I've joined the bodies together. As you can see the shoulder seam. Make sure that the wrong side of the bodies is facing up. Then place the right side of the cape to the wrong side of the bodies. Make sure that it aligns together. Then first of all, pin the shoulder to shoulder together on both sides, and also pin the necklines together. Then I will take to my sewing machine to sew 1/2 inch round the neckline. I've used pins to pin the neckline down, as you can see. So the next thing to do, I'll take to my sewing machine, I will sew 1/2 inch round, I will notch it and flip the cape to the right side and give it a good press. I've sewn it, so the next thing to do, I'm going to notch it round. You can trim out any excess fabric you have around the neckline. You can trim it out. After that, I'll flip the cape to the right side of the bodies. We use the cape to turn the neckline. This is how it looks. Next is to spread it on the table to join the sides of the bodies. I'll move to the sleeve side and fold 1/2 inch twice and sew it. I'll repeat the same thing on the other side, folding 1/2 inch twice and sew it. Next, I'll fold the bodies into 2 like we normally sew our bubu. Then I'll sew the sides. Then I'll show us the next step to take. Please note, before you use the cape to turn the neckline, I forgot to add this clip. Make sure that you fold the edges of the cape, all the 4 corners of the cape, fold it twice and sew it straight down. You repeat the same thing on the other side. Fold the edge twice like so and sew it straight down. Sew the hem as well and the other hem before you use the cape to turn on the neckline of the bodies. Hope you guys understand. This is how it looks after sewing. This is how it looks. So the next thing to do, I'm going to use my B7000 to glue the trimmings to the neckline, and I'm also going to tack it down as well. This is the end of today's tutorial, guys. If you are using this same fabric, you will have to sew inner to be able to wear this style because it is a transparent fabric. It is called a scuba net. We all know that a net is always transparent. So I'm going to buy Duchess fabric to sew inner. Then after that, I'm going to wear it and show you guys how it looks on me. I'm going to post the video on my shorts, so watch out for that video. We've come to an end of today's tutorial, guys. If you find my tutorial helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below if you've not done so. I upload weekly tutorial on my channel. Also remember to click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Until I come your way next, please stay safe and remain blessed. Thanks for watching. Bye.